God put you in the narcissist life for a reason, and you were victorious. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Have you ever faced a person so challenging, so draining, that you question why they were in your life at all? Maybe they made you doubt yourself, feel small, or second guess your worth. I'm here to tell you today that wasn't a mistake. That wasn't a coincidence. God placed you in that person's life for a purpose, and that purpose was for you to rise, transform, and show what victory looks like. You see, the universe never gives you a battle without equipping you with the strength to overcome it. The narcissist in your life, they were part of your training ground. They were there to sharpen you like a sword, to ignite a fire in your soul, and to show you that you are stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever imagined. But let's not stop there. This isn't just about what you endured, it's about what you became. The narcissist, they were stuck in patterns of manipulation and control, but you became the person who could break free, rise above, and leave a legacy of triumph. You are living proof that no matter how dark the valley, there is always a mountaintop waiting for you. Today, I want you to reflect on this truth. You weren't sent to the narcissist just to survive them. You were sent to show them and yourself what greatness looks like. You were a light in their darkness, whether they saw it or not. And through it all, you unlocked parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed. You've been tested, but guess what? Tests create testimonies. God didn't put you there to punish you. He put you there to prepare you for the abundant, purposeful life you're stepping into right now. Here's the beauty of it all. The pain you endured didn't break you, it made you. And the best part, you can now inspire others who are walking the same road, showing them that victory isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Now, so today I want you to stand tall. Be proud of how far you've come. The narcissist may have tried to dim your light, but here you are, shining brighter than ever. That's why you were placed in their life, not for them to conquer you, but for you to conquer yourself. Let's step boldly into the next chapter. Remember, you are no longer a victim of someone else's story. You are the hero of your own, and heroes, they always rise. Your presence had a purpose. Every single moment of your life, every interaction, every challenge, none of it has been random. God didn't place you in the narcissist's life to be a casualty of their games. No, you were there because you had something they lacked. You had the strength, the insight, the love, and the resilience that they desperately needed but couldn't see. That purpose wasn't about changing them. It was about awakening something greater in you. And you needed to. When you were in their life, you may have felt small at times. You may have questioned your worth or wondered if you even mattered. Let me tell you something. You mattered more than you could possibly imagine. You were a force, a spark of light in their darkness, whether they recognized it or not. And that purpose, it was designed for you to see your own greatness. Think about this. If you had been placed in an easy, comfortable situation, would you have grown? Would you have become the warrior you are today? Of course not. The purpose wasn't comfort. The purpose was transformation. God knew you had the power to endure. He knew you had the strength to rise. And that's why you were chosen for this journey. You were meant to show them a new way of being, even if they couldn't accept it. They're meant to disrupt their cycle, to shake up their world just by being who you are. And while they may not have appreciated it, they felt it. They saw the power in you, even if they tried to diminish it. And here's the truth. No, your presence wasn't just about them. It was about the legacy you're building. Every interaction, every difficult moment added another layer to the person you're becoming. It sharpened you, refined you, and prepared you for a destiny far greater than you can currently see. You might wonder, why me? Why did I have to endure this? The answer is simple. Because you could handle it. Because you had the potential to not just survive, but to thrive in the face of adversity. Your presence was the challenge they needed, but more importantly, it was the challenge you needed to step into your greatness. Now, I want you to take a moment to reflect. You weren't just in their life for their sake. You were in their life for your sake, for your growth, for your strength, for your story. That's the power of purpose. It's not just about the external, it's about what it awakens inside of you. When you understand this, something amazing happens. You stop feeling like a victim of someone else's story. you start realizing that you were the main character all along. They were just a chapter in your book, a plot twist that made the story even more compelling. Your presence was divinely designed. It was meant to challenge them, yes, but more importantly, it was meant to transform you. And that's exactly what it did. Whether they changed or not is irrelevant. What matters is that you changed. You grew. You stepped into a higher version of yourself. So the next time you think about why you had to go through what you did, remind yourself there was a purpose. It wasn't random. It wasn't meaningless. It was part of the grand design for your life, a design that is leading you to something extraordinary. You were placed in their life to disrupt their patterns and to awaken your own potential. That's not just purpose, it's destiny. And destiny always has a reason, even if you don't see it at first. So step into it. Own it. Let it fuel you. Because the truth is, you were never just in their life. You were sent to change the game, to rewrite the narrative, to emerge as the hero you were always meant to be. And that purpose, it's only just beginning. Pain fuels growth. Pain is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Every wound you've endured, every tear you've cried, and every sleepless night you spent questioning your worth was not wasted. It was a fire, refining you, shaping you, and pulling out the greatness buried within. The pain you went through with the narcissist was not the end of your story. It was the beginning of your evolution. When you were in the thick of it, you probably felt like the pain would never end. You might have thought, why me? Why this? Why now? But let me tell you something. Pain is never there to destroy you. It's there to reveal you. It's there to show you the depths of your strength, the height of your resilience, and the truth about who you really are. Without pain, there is no growth. Think about the strongest trees in the world. They don't grow in easy, gentle conditions. They grow in harsh winds, rocky soil, and blazing heat. The adversity they face forces their roots to dig deeper, to anchor themselves firmly into the earth. That's exactly what your pain has done for you. It forced you to dig deep, to find strength you didn't even know you had. Pain is not comfortable, but it's necessary. It's the process of breaking down the old to make way for the new. It's like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. Each strike of the hammer might seem harsh, but every blow is shaping something beautiful. You are that marble, and your pain is the sculptor. And here's the thing about pain. It doesn't just shape you, it equips you, it prepares you for the battles ahead. Every moment of heartache you endured gave you tools of empathy, tools of discernment, tools of courage. You're no longer the same person you were when you started. You're stronger, you're wiser, you're unshakable. The narcissist may have tried to break you, but instead, they broke open a part of you that was ready to grow. They exposed the cracks in your foundation, and that's where the light came in. You were never meant to stay the same. Pain was the catalyst for your transformation. When you look back at those painful moments, I don't want you to see defeat. I want you to see the training ground where your greatness was born. That pain you felt, it was stretching you, pushing you beyond your limits and unlocking your full potential. It was the price of growth, and it was worth it. Here's the truth. Without pain, there's no victory. Without struggle, there's no triumph. You faced the fire, and now you're coming out refined like gold. The lessons you've learned through your pain are gifts. They're treasures that no one can ever take from you. And now you get to use what you've learned. You get to inspire others. You get to show them what's possible when you refuse to give up. Your pain has turned into your power, and that power is unstoppable. Pain isn't just a part of life. It's the path to your destiny. And you, my friend, have walked that path with courage. You felt the weight of it, but you didn't let it crush you. You rose, stronger and more determined than ever before. So don't resent the pain. Don't wish it away. Embrace it. Thank it. It brought you to where you are today, and where you are today is exactly where you're meant to be. Your pain didn't define you, it refined you. And now you're ready for what's next. Every scar you carry is proof of your strength. Every lesson you've learned is a tool in your arsenal. The pain wasn't a setback, it was a setup for your comeback. And your comeback is going to be extraordinary. Resilience is your superpower. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. It's forged in the fires of adversity. And let me tell you, you've been through those fires. The narcissist may have tried to crush you, but here you are, standing tall, unbroken, and more powerful than ever. Resilience is the ability to keep going when every part of you wants to stop. It's the strength to rise after every fall. And you, my friend, are the embodiment of resilience. You didn't just survive, you thrived. You faced the storm and you came out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. Let's talk about what resilience really means. It's not about never falling. It's about always getting back up. It's about looking at the challenges in your life and saying, you will not defeat me. It's about finding strength in the face of struggle and hope in the face of despair. That's who you are. You are resilient. The narcissist may have underestimated you. They may have thought they could break you, but they didn't realize who they were dealing with. You are not easily broken. You are not easily defeated. You are a fighter, and you proved it. Resilience doesn't mean you didn't feel pain. It doesn't mean you didn't struggle. It means you didn't let the pain define you. You didn't let the struggle stop you. You kept going even when it was hard, and that is what makes you unstoppable. Every time you got back up, you got stronger. Every time you refused to give in, you became more powerful. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And you, my friend, have been building that muscle your entire life. Think about where you are now compared to where you were. The challenges that used to overwhelm you no longer have power over you. The doubts that used to hold you back have been replaced with confidence. That's the power of resilience. It transforms you from the inside out. You've learned to adapt, to overcome, and to thrive. You've learned that no matter what life throws at you, you have the strength to handle it. That strength isn't just physical. It's mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's a strength that comes from knowing who you are and what you're capable of. Resilience is your superpower, and it's one that no one can take away from you. It's the reason you've come this far, and it's the reason you'll go even further. You've faced the worst, and now you're ready for the best. You were a light in their darkness. You may not realize it yet, but in the middle of all the chaos and confusion, you were the light. You were the beacon in their storm, the clarity in their chaos, and the truth in their manipulation. The narcissist's life was a cycle of shadows and illusions, and when you entered their world, you disrupted that cycle. You brought something they didn't have: authenticity, compassion, and an unshakable sense of what is right. But here's the thing. When light enters a dark space, it's not always welcomed. Darkness doesn't like to be exposed. The narcissist saw your light, even if they never admitted it. They felt it. They may have tried to dim it, to snuff it out, but your light was too strong for that. And even when it felt like you were losing yourself in their darkness, your light never truly went out. Think about it. If they didn't see your light, why would they have tried so hard to control you? Why would they have needed to manipulate, criticize, and undermine you? They recognized something in you that they lacked. They couldn't understand it, and they couldn't replicate it. So they did the only thing they knew how to do. They tried to diminish it. But here's the beautiful part. They couldn't. Your light wasn't just for them, it was for you too. It was a reminder of your purpose, your strength, your ability to rise above any situation. And while the narcissist may never acknowledge the impact you had on their life, you can take pride in knowing that you showed them something they desperately needed to see, what it looks like to live with integrity, love, and truth. Your light challenged them. It forced them to confront parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. And even if they didn't change, even if they resisted every bit of good you brought into their life, your light still mattered. It mattered because it showed you who you are. It showed you that you're not someone who gives up easily. You're not someone who lets darkness win. And here's the incredible part. That light you carried into their life, it's even brighter now. Because every time someone tried to dim it, every time someone tried to make you question your worth, it only fueled your fire. It only made your light stronger. You were a light in their darkness, but you were never meant to stay there. Your light wasn't meant to be trapped in their shadows. It was meant to lead you out, to guide you to a life where you can shine without limits. And now you're stepping into that life. When you think back on your time with the narcissist, don't focus on the pain they caused. Focus on the strength you gained. Focus on the way your light refused to be extinguished. Because that light is who you are. It's your essence, your power, and your gift to the world. The truth is, the narcissist may never fully understand what you brought into their life. But you don't need their validation. You don't need their acknowledgement. You know what you brought. You know the impact you had, and you know that their inability to see your value doesn't diminish it in the slightest. Your light has always been enough. It's always been powerful. And now it's brighter than ever. It's guiding you to new opportunities, new relationships, and new levels of success. It's showing you that the darkness you endured was temporary, but your light is eternal. So let your light shine, let it illuminate your path and inspire others who are still walking through their own darkness. Let it remind you of your strength, your purpose, and your ability to overcome anything, because you are never just a light in their darkness, you are a light in your own life. And that light will carry you to places you've only dreamed of. Your pain is your testimony. Pain isn't just something you experience, it's something you can transform. It's the foundation of your story, your testimony, your legacy. The pain you went through wasn't meaningless. It was the fuel for your breakthrough, the evidence of your resilience, and the starting point of a story that will inspire countless others. When you were in the middle of the storm, it probably felt impossible to imagine a time when you'd look back and see the purpose in it. But here's the truth. Your pain has power. It has the power to heal, to connect, and to transform not just your life, but the lives of others. Think about it. How many people are out there right now walking the same road you once walked? How many people are doubting themselves, feeling trapped, and wondering if they'll ever be free? They need your story. They need your testimony. They need to know that it's possible to come out on the other side, stronger, wiser, and better than before. Your pain isn't something to be ashamed of. It's not something to hide. It's a badge of honor, a testament to your strength, and a reminder of everything you've overcome. Every scar you carry is proof that you didn't give up, you didn't let the pain define you, you used it as a stepping stone to something greater. And here's the amazing thing about pain. When you share it, it loses its power over you. When you turn your pain into your testimony, it becomes a source of strength, not just for you, but for everyone who hears it. Your story has the power to break chains, to inspire courage, and to ignite hope. The narcissist may have caused you pain, but they didn't win, because you took that pain and you turned it into something beautiful. You turned it into growth, into wisdom, and into a story of triumph. That's what makes you unstoppable. Your testimony isn't just about what you went through, it's about what you became. It's about how you rose, how you overcame, and how you turned your pain into power. It's a story of victory, and it's a story that deserves to be told. The world needs your story. It needs to hear how you refused to give up, how you found strength in the middle of the storm, and how you turned your pain into your greatest asset. Your testimony is a gift, and it has the power to change lives. When you share your story, you're not just helping others. You're reclaiming your power. You're taking control of your narrative and showing the world that pain doesn't get the final say. You do. Your pain is your testimony, and your testimony is your legacy. It's proof that you are more than a survivor, you are a conqueror. You are someone who refused to let pain have the final word. And now you get to write the next chapter of your story, a chapter filled with purpose, joy, and abundance. A chapter that shows the world what's possible when you turn pain into power. Forgiveness sets you free. Forgiveness, it's one of the hardest things to do, especially when you've been wronged, hurt, or betrayed by someone who seemed to take joy in tearing you down. But let me tell you something. It's not about them. Forgiveness is not for the narcissist. It's for you. It's about releasing yourself from the chains of anger, resentment, and bitterness. It's about taking back your power and stepping into the freedom you deserve. Forgiveness doesn't mean you condone what they did. It doesn't mean you excuse their behavior or pretend it didn't hurt. No, forgiveness means you refuse to let their actions hold you hostage any longer. It's about saying, I will not let your choices define my peace or my future. Think of it this way. When you hold on to anger, it's like carrying a heavy weight everywhere you go. That weight doesn't punish them, it punishes you. It drags you down, saps your energy, and keeps you tied to the very person you're trying to move on from. Forgiveness is about dropping that weight. It's about setting yourself free. And let's be honest, Holding on to resentment feels powerful at first. It feels like control. But in reality, it's a false sense of power. True power is letting go. True power is saying, you no longer have the ability to control my thoughts, my emotions, or my life. That's the freedom forgiveness gives you. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can I forgive someone who hurt me so deeply? The answer isn't easy, but it's simple. You forgive for you. You forgive because you deserve peace. You forgive because your future is too valuable to be tied to the pain of your past. Forgiveness is a process, not a one-time decision. It's something you work on daily. Some days it feels impossible. Other days you'll feel a sense of release. That's okay. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Each small step you take toward forgiveness brings you closer to freedom. And let me tell you something powerful. Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to reconcile with the narcissist. It doesn't mean you have to let them back into your life. You can forgive someone while maintaining boundaries. In fact, forgiveness often works best when you're no longer entangled in their web. Forgiveness is about reclaiming your story. It's about saying, yes, I was hurt. Yes, it was unfair, but I refuse to let that pain dictate my life any longer. It's about choosing peace over anger, love over resentment, and freedom over bondage. You see, forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's the ultimate act of strength. It takes courage to release the pain. It takes strength to let go of the past. But when you do, you'll feel lighter, you'll feel freer, and you'll realize that forgiveness was never about them. It was always about you. When you forgive, you make space in your life for joy, love, and abundance. You make space for the future you deserve. You can't pour new blessings into a cup that's already full of bitterness. Forgiveness empties that cup so you can receive everything God has in store for you. And here's the most incredible part. When you forgive, you heal. Forgiveness is the bridge between pain and peace. It's the path that leads you out of the darkness and into the light. It's not an easy path, but the only one that truly sets you free. So today, make the decision to forgive, not for them, but for you. Make the decision to release the pain, the anger, and the resentment. Make the decision to step into the freedom and peace that's waiting for you. Because forgiveness isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about remembering who you are. You are someone who deserves peace. You are someone who deserves joy. And you are someone who is strong enough to let go.